Hey everyone, Combo here, back with another Empires and Puzzles video, and today we are in day 5 of the 5-star Rush Attack Raid Tournament with no reds. I'm going to feature my 5 raid flags with commentary. If you do enjoy this video or find it helpful, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and turn that notification bell on so you can be alerted of when I drop new content. I started a couple weeks ago with featuring a specific hero of each raid tournament day, and I will use that hero every single one of those 5 raid flags. Today's featured hero is going to be Tamlin. Tamlin is one of my favorite heroes on my roster. The Woodland Fawn passives are extremely useful. Depending if you have 1 or 2 different woodland fawns, they will have a 75 or 100% chance to resist mana reductions and mana status ailments. Each successful resist by this family gives the character 15% mana, and then depending if you have 1 or 2, they will give 50 or 100% more damage dealt against minions and mega minions. Slow mana speed gives an enhanced defense ailment. All enemies get minus 64% defense against special skills. This effect lasts until the enemy takes damage from a special skill 6 times. And before he gives that, he gives 460% damage to all enemies. And then after the enhanced defense ailment ends or is removed or replaced, the enemy gets silenced for 6 turns. So if Tamlin does go off twice, he replaces it himself. So they keep the minus 64% defense against special skills and also get silenced for 6 turns. In today's first flag, we're going to go up against a Fungustine tank team. They've also got Santa Permentor, Kolya, Armand and then also Mordwich. And interesting to note also that the resisting mana ailments, sleep does count. So if Armand happens to try to put Tamlin to sleep, then Tamlin will likely gain mana. I've only got 1 Woodland Fawn here, so he'll have a 75% chance on this team to be able to gain that mana and resist it. All right, let's see how this first flag here goes. I've got mostly a Mega Minion team other than Tamlin going up against this Fungustine tank team though. Lots of yellows to start. All right, that's actually really good because both of my yellows activate in 8 tiles, so let's match this yellow diamond first, and then I'm going to match the 3 yellows on the right. Actually, I'm in Rush War. Everybody activates in 6 tiles anyway. All right, we are going to attack the 3 on the right. Those are the ones I am more concerned about. And then we're going to hit this yellow diamond right away so that I can get my yellow specials back and create that cascade of purples. Let's use our yellow specials back over here again. And I would love to get 3 more purple so that I can get Tamlin's special. Let's match the 3 reds right up against Fungustine so I can match some purples next turn. And then let's match the 3 purples right up against Fungustine. And that might set off Armand, yeah. All right, now let's use Tamlin here. And then I'm going to match the 5 greens over here, which will give me Kolya, I think. Yeah. Wasn't quite sure because of the moth dust that he had on him. All right, let's use Kolya now. Just kidding, Kolya's asleep. Great. Well, I would like to get Tamlin back. Let's use the 3 purples on the right over against Mordwich, since Mordwich is going to go off anyway. That was pretty cool. So Shimmer Scale got the Mega Fiend, died, revived because of the fighter class, and then doesn't have the Fiend anymore. All right, let's use Tamlin first. And then Kolya. And now I am going to match the 4 blues up against Mordwich, which will give me Fergus. And then we're going to reduce the mana of everybody. Shimmer Scale's still alive. Now, I am Gotta match these 4 blues up against Fungustine, I think. Actually, let's hit this purple dragon, setting off that green diamond so that I can get Kolya special back. Let's use Kolya now. And then let's match these 4 blues, or rather 5 blues, so that I can get Fergus back and reduce some mana of everybody again, except Kolya, of course. Everybody stay alive. Tamlin's dead. I haven't really been able to heal much this battle. Now, let's hit the blue diamond again so that I can get Fergus special again. And we finally got some yellows. Somehow Shimmer Scale's still alive. Now he's dead. Let's wait to use Fergus for a turn, I think. I don't want him being put to sleep, though. Let's use Fergus now. And then gonna match these 3 reds over here horizontally. We can now match some purples against Fungustine and maybe kill him, if not the yellows next turn should. Mordewitch is dead. Perfect. Now let's match these 3 yellows here. And Fungustine's gonna heal. Nah, good. Alright, let's use Rosalind, finally, to heal. And then gonna match these 3 reds on the bottom over here so I can match some purples next turn. Match the blues. I was going to match the greens to ghost them, but Kolya's asleep right now. And this battle is not looking good, although those 5 yellows might save me. Please don't die, Kolya. Kolya's dead. Alright, well, actually I'm not going to match the 5 yellows, because I want Fergus's special. Let's match the 3 yellows and blues. I can match yellows next turn and get Rosalind special, although she's asleep now. Ugh. Alright, well, let's ghost these 3 green tiles. Rosalind's still asleep. This battle's pretty much over, I think. This is a bad team to bring against this team. Should have brought more Woodland Fawns or stronger healer. Man. Please stay alive. And she's asleep again. Yeah, great. All right. I am likely dead right now between Armor on Charmin and Kolya going off. All right, well, we're 0 for 1 today. We're going to put that match behind us and move on. All right, next up, we're going to go up against a dueler filler tank team. And with this match, I think that this team actually might work with the Mega Minions. Yeah, we're going to keep this. Kolya also cleanses 1 buff from everybody, or dispels 1 buff from everybody, so that works out. All right. I'm going to start off with the purple diamond. Or before we do that, let's match the 4 greens on the bottom. Now let's match this purple diamond. Now let's use Kolya. who also safely cleanses at the end of each turn. I've got Tamlin and Fergus. Let's use Tamlin first and Fergus. Let's match these 3 yellows in the bottom here. And then I'm going to use this purple diamond so that I can get Tamlin special back. And we should have a couple people go to sleep. Alright, Astrid, Sludges, Duelfiller, and Mordowich are all asleep. Awesome, that worked out great. That's what I was hoping was going to happen last match, but it did not. And they're asleep for 6 turns, which is like a lifetime in a Rush War setting. Nice Cascade. Let's use Kolya. I'm going to hold on to Fergus since I don't need to use him at this point right now with everybody silenced. Although this match is probably going to be over very quickly over the next couple turns. Let's use Kolya and Shimmer Scale, and this battle might be over. Not quite. They are still asleep. If I hit them again right now, I'm kind of curious if the silence resets. So 2 more turns for the silence. Let's use Tamlin. Oh, this is probably going to kill them anyway. Not quite, but I want to see if that silence resets, and it did to 6 turns. Wow. All right, this battle's going to be over with the Mega Minion hits right now. All right, 1 for 2 right now. Next up, we have a Glass Elkinen tank team. All right, they've also got Mina, Finley, Meg Geary, and also Starlass. Why have I not been using Starlass? I have no idea. We need to get Starlass in here. All right, let's take out my blue Mega Minion with Fergus, and then let's bring in Starlass, and also, who else do I want? I want some Woodland Fawns to resist the mana reduction. And maybe some Dwarves. Now I'll stick to the Woodland Fawns. All right, let's bring in Bramble and Peregrine. And then I'm going to bring in maybe another Woodland Fawn and also a Dwarf maybe? No, I would need 2 Dwarves. Let's bring in Vard and Ixen I've got. Or I could also bring in Grendel. Let me go to my Woodland Fawns and see what I've got available in these colors. I know I can't use Isidore. Could use Ascian. Yeah, let's use Ascian. And then also I'll use Starlass. Or I should have been using more this battle. Anyway, all right, let's go into battle with this team here. My 4 Fawns will resist the instant mana reduction from the Fluffy Volley from Mina. I am going to start off with the 3 greens horizontally on the bottom. That's going to set off 2 cascades of purples and blues. A massive cascade of purples. I will take that. Let's use Tamlin right now. And then I am going to match these purples and blues. Or reds and blues, rather. Nice cascade with the purple diamond. I've got all my specials now. This battle's going to be over very quickly. Let's use Bramble to heal and cleanse, and then I'm going to use Tamlin. And then I'm going to use Ascian, Starlass, and Perry. And this might do it already. All right, that battle went very quickly because of that nice cascade. We are 2 for 3 today and still in the top 5%, man. We are at 25,619. Don't think I'm going to be able to get in the top 1%, but we should be able to get in the top 5%. They've got Eggthow, who reduces mana of everybody, so I may keep this same exact team in here, except Starlass, since he does not resist that. So let's take out Ascian and Starlass and bring in my dwarves that I've got with Ixen and Vard. All right, this is my favorite team to go up against Fergus tank teams, and it should work just the same against this team. We are going to start off with the 3 yellows horizontally in the top so I can match the purples next turn. Actually, I could match the purples on the bottom here first. And then the 3 greens up against Baishu on the left. Let's match 3 more greens, and then I'll match the purples next turn after Eggthow goes off. Nice cascade of blues. Let's use Bramble to heal and cleanse, and then I'm going to match these 4 purples in the middle here. Yeah. And now let's use them on the 3 on the right. I'm going to use Tamlin first, and then Vard. We'll see whatever we get. Now let's use Perry. All right. Very nice. Gonna hit this purple dragon, setting off a little cascade. Actually, no. I need 1 to move that green tile up 1 more. Let's use Bramble to heal. And Peregrine on the right. Maybe we can kill Tamlin and Foxley. Awesome. All right, now let's match these 3 yellows. Actually, let's make this yellow diamond. Fungustine is silenced anyway right now. Now I'm going to hit this green dragon, which hits that yellow diamond. Nice cascade with the purples. It's going to give me my purples, which will end this battle. And we got Ixen special and our greens. All right. Ixen puts the nail in the coffin. We are now 3 for 4 today. We have 1 battle left, and we are in the top 5% right now, ranked 17,790. So let's just solidify our top 5%. And we've got Limeboyer at the tank position. I don't like that. I think I need my mindless attack heroes. And Eggthow has that family bonus where they have a 75 or 100% chance to cleanse a random cleansable status ailment from all allies when this character receives damage from an enemy's special skill. This effect can activate only once per turn, and the way that I have Medea, the way that she works, I believe she hits first and then gives the shifting mindless attack. So I think the shifting mindless attack still works. Let's change up the team here. Let's put in Medea. I am going to keep in Bramble and Peregrine, and then let's put in somebody else. Another purple or green, maybe. Yeah. I think I'm going to put in Kolya, who also safely cleanses with his Mega Minion. Alright, let's go into battle with this team here. No, I don't want to put Kolya. Let's use Vard. That Wither effect could definitely be useful because they don't have any of those Mega Minions that remove Wither effects. Okay. Lots of blues to start. Too bad I don't have any. I am gonna start off with these 5 blues, I think, in case if I need to tile dump. Yeah, let's do that. Now, let's match these 3 purples, setting off that cascade of greens underneath. Give me something, please. Man. Let's use Peregrine, which is gonna safely cleanse. Except the effect from the deep sleep on Medea is apparently uncleansable. All enemies fall into deep sleep and receive plus 80% increase while in deep sleep. And if I click on this, this effect is uncleansable. I've only gone up against Limeboyer once, and I don't even think they went off. So that is good to know. The other 4 resisted it because of the family bonus that they have with the fawns and not being able to have their mana adjusted or getting any mana ailments. So it still works against sleep and deep sleep apparently too, so that works out cool. All right, let's match these purples first before I match the or before I use Peregrine Special. Let's use Tamlin first and then Bard. And then I'm going to attack the 3 on the left more than likely so that we can kill the Reviver hopefully before they go off. Now, let's throw some greens up against Dagger. I'm going to hold off on using Peregrine. Let's match these yellows and blues up top. Nice cascade of greens and purples. Limeboyer's dead. Awesome. We've got Tamlin, and Peregrine should be able to kill the 2 on the right. Awesome. All right, that worked out great against Limeboyer, actually, with the Woodland Fawns, and right now we are in the top 5%, ranked 11,894. Even if I won that first one, I don't know if I would have finished in the top 1%. It would have been very close. Our defense right now is at an E rating. It's been E and D all week, so has not been good. I should have just went with a best defense instead of going green mono, even though reds are not allowed. Let me know how your Rush Attack 5-star raid tournament went this week, and that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it or found it helpful, and if you did, hit that like button, make sure you're subbed to my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.